For those of you who don't understand the main aim of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's visit to China, I want you to pay close attention. I see many comments from different social media handles where Nigerians are saying China must seize him there, and some other people are saying he probably went to borrow more money. Now, let me tell you one special good thing about China than many other countries in the world that is made them to be the world leading best performing economy. You see this thing of Nigerian successful businessmen being celebrated on social medias, showing off lavish lifestyle, is the last thing I would do. Especially those who have nothing to offer Nigeria. Now let me tell you how China is taking over the world with their economic development strategy. When you check, not only Nigeria goes to China to borrow money. In previous years, so many Africans go to US, UK, Canada to go and borrow money. But nowadays, China is the leading country that borrows most of the country's money. And they have different kinds of strategy in terms of borrowing country's money. Number one is this. China can borrow you money and then you pay them with interest within a short period of time. And then they will be managing some of your resources, like maybe your mineral or whatever, right? Another strategy is this. They will come to you knowing that your country is facing this particular challenge. They will tell you, we are coming to do this thing for your country, and your country is going to benefit from it, and your people are going to be employed in that department or in that project when it's done. Even if you don't have money, you don't have to worry. We will use our own money to build it for you. So it means they are borrowing you money for their own company to do the project in your own country. So what I'm trying to say is this. They borrow you money for a project and they make sure the project is being done by their own company. So they cannot borrow you money. Maybe there is a 2 kilometers of road that need to be done and your country don't have money for that project. Before you sign the agreement of the money to be released, you must also understand that their company must be the one to do the project. It's either you like it or not. So now, this money, they are borrowing you this money to do the project and the money is coming back to them. You see how strategic they are. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to China to visit them and meet their government officials to have this strategy for them to come to Nigeria and invest their companies in Nigeria instead of supplying finished product in Nigeria. This is a very great move that I was not expecting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do. I remember in 2019, former president of Nigeria, Buhari, he went to Japan to negotiate with Japanese government, with Toyota, for Toyota to come to Nigeria to invest their assembling plant or maybe manufacturing plant in Nigeria instead of supplying already made vehicles to Nigeria. I don't know what happened. I think they deliberated on that issue at the parliament or whatever. I don't know if it was not assessed or not. But I remember this recent visit of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu going to China for investment plan for China to come to Nigeria and invest in Nigeria instead of supplying finished product. Is very great move. This is why sometimes when I make a post, I always advise people for them to be buying local product instead of buying imported product from outside Nigeria. The reason why I said earlier on that Nigerian successful businessmen don't deserve to be celebrated is because most of them are so foolish. They have money. The only thing they want to give to Nigeria is showing Nigeria how successful they are. They have nothing to offer Nigerians. People who are successful and well business minded are supposed to be the ones changing the mindset of Nigerian and also contributing largely in Nigerian economic development. Like, you can approach many communities who need like maybe social houses, water reservoir, roads, many infrastructures. Propose to their local council. If they don't have money, borrow them money. Use your own company. Do those projects. But now, I remember the reason why former president of Nigeria said Nigerians are lazy. They only care about themselves. They don't care about you. You see this guy called E-Money. I don't remember his full name or whatever. He's called E-Money. E-Money don't deserve any single thing from Nigeria, because what E-Money does in Nigeria is to import finished product. Any Nigerian man who import finished product for you to consume don't love you. He don't love you. Because what happens when you consume imported finished product from outside country? You are contributing largely in that country's economy, not Nigerian economy. Supporting local economy is the only way all these high rates of inflation can go down. I remember some time ago, somebody like Obi Kubana went to United Kingdom and partnership with Glenfiddich brand alcohol just because of his own personal interest. He doesn't care of convincing these people to come to Nigeria and invest their company in Nigeria. The only thing he cares is for them to be importing finished product in Nigeria, and then he gets his own shares. People like this, who cares about importing finished product for you to consume, don't love you. I remember a friend of mine who is a billionaire. He lives in Australia. He tried so many times for me to join their business because he's also importer. I was like, that will be the last thing I would do. So many times I sent him proposal so we can see how he can fund my company. He always declined. I cannot force him. So my advice to most of Nigerians, mostly those ones in construction companies, set up your business profile very well. Propose to many organizations or billionaires or even banks. Ask them money. Give them the reason of this money. If it's a community project or a personal project, make sure the business plan is in order. You make your calculation very well, knowing that in so period of time you will meet up. This is how China, most of the money China borrows Nigerians and many other countries is not government, it's from banks, individuals, companies, those kind of things. So especially those in construction company, you don't have to wait for government to come and do most of the things. Government don't invest in a business. The only businesses government invest is like something like entities, and most of those entities sometimes they privatize it. Because why? It becomes difficult for government to monitor how money comes in and goes out because of corruption. This is why sometimes they privatize most of the government entities. So now, it does not mean like I don't want to live those kind of life, or maybe I don't want to buy big cars, showing lavish lifestyle or whatever. If I want to stop working now and want to be eating maybe 2 million every month, like I just want to be consuming what I have managed to achieve, I can still live more than 100 years eating 2 million every day. But my concern is to see Nigerian growing. My concern is to leave a legacy for the upcoming generation. My concern is to contribute largely to every communities that matters. So those of you who were busy saying so many things about the recent visit of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to China, I want you to rethink and support that great move, because you yourself have nothing to offer to Nigeria. If you have nothing to offer Nigeria, you don't expect nothing from Nigeria. You must offer Nigeria something for you to become a Nigerian.